What if electricity goes out on Earth? No lights, no internet, no phones, no power. Imagine waking up to a world where electricity simply stops working everywhere all at once. It sounds like the plot of a dystopian movie, but let's think about it. How would humanity survive? How would you survive? Stick around as we explore this electrifying, or should I say powerless, scenario. Electricity is the invisible force that powers our modern world. It's so deeply woven into our daily lives that we rarely stop to think about it. But let's rip the Band-Aid off and explore a hypothetical blackout. Imagine that at this very moment, every power grid on Earth shuts down. No backup systems, no generators, no batteries, just total darkness. The first impact, absolute chaos. Within minutes, traffic lights fail, causing gridlock in every major city. Planes grounded mid-flight rely on emergency power, while subways grind to a halt, leaving thousands stranded in tunnels. Hospitals reliant on backup generators can only sustain critical systems for a short time, and that's just the beginning. Without electricity, refrigerators and freezers shut down, putting the global food supply at risk. Supermarkets would run out of fresh produce and frozen goods in a matter of days. And let's not forget the water crisis. Many water treatment plants rely on electric pumps, so clean water would soon become a luxury. But let's zoom out. How would humanity adapt if the power never came back? Our dependency on electricity is so vast that it touches almost every aspect of modern life. Communication, healthcare, transportation, even agriculture. In the immediate aftermath, people would turn to alternative light sources like candles, kerosene lamps, and solar chargers. But what happens when those supplies run out? Farming would go back to its pre-industrial roots. Without electric irrigation systems, farmers would need to rely on manual labor and weather patterns. Crops would grow slower, and food production would plummet. This could lead to global starvation on a massive scale. The global economy would collapse. With no electricity, banks couldn't process digital transactions, stock markets would halt, and cash would become king for a while at least. Eventually, bartering might become the primary means of trade. What about communication? Without electricity, there's no internet, no phones, and no TV. Forget FaceTiming your friends or Googling survival tips. Communities would have to rely on word of mouth, handwritten messages, or perhaps Morse code signals if they can improvise. Amid the chaos, humans would adapt. Local communities would likely band together to survive. Skills like farming, blacksmithing, and hunting would make a comeback, while knowledge of survival techniques would be highly valued. But let's not sugarcoat it. Life would be brutal. Violence and lawlessness could erupt as resources dwindle. Those who prepare, however, might have a better shot at thriving. Ironically, our ancestors thrived without electricity for thousands of years. From the invention of the wheel to the printing press, humanity made incredible advancements before the first light bulb ever flickered on. Could we replicate that resilience today? The answer lies in one key factor: preparation. So, what can you do to prepare for a world without electricity? Step 1. Build a stockpile of essentials: non-perishable food, clean water, and medical supplies. Step 2. Learn survival skills. Basic first aid, fire starting, and even gardening can be lifesavers. Step 3. Invest in alternative energy sources like solar panels or hand-crank devices. Communication might still be possible with solar-powered radios or ham radios. These tools could be the lifeline between isolated communities. While this scenario is bleak, it's not the end of humanity. Our adaptability has always been our greatest strength. If we've learned anything from history, it's that people find ways to rebuild, even from the darkest moments. What if electricity goes out on Earth? It's a terrifying thought, but it's also a reminder of how much we rely on something we can't see. Perhaps the real question is, how can we be better prepared for the unexpected? Thanks for watching. If this video sparked your curiosity or your survival instincts, hit that like button and share it with your friends. You never know, it might just come in handy someday.